Good morning. Hey Tyler. How are we this morning? Something's happened to my camera. I need to fix that. There we go, that's better. Morning, morning. Morning Susan, Maria. Just getting organised here. My nails aren't quite dry, so they'll probably be a mess in about 5 minutes. I really need to learn to do these the night before. Because they always take longer to dry than you think they're going to. Hey Pelican. I am still a bit coughy and sore throaty. It got worse again over the weekend and now it's, touch wood, a bit better today. So, hopefully we're getting over it. I don't know, it goes and it comes and it goes and it comes and it goes and it comes and then all of a sudden I can't breathe again and it's annoying. Anyway, I really need to clean my table, don't I? That's going to happen. We are continuing our journaling quest. That music's a little bit loud. Let's drop it down one more. There we go. Continuing our journaling quest this morning. I thought I would work on... So last week I worked on lists. If I open my journal, that would help, wouldn't it? I'd know what I'd done, wouldn't I? So right, okay. So here's where we're roughly where we're starting. Or restarting this particular journal. So I've got my books read in the first half of the year. What I'm reading this half of the year. This will happen later. I've got my physical book lists and my audio book lists. TBR lists. This is my series TBR list. I'm going to put a Stephen King list in here because I want to reread a lot of my Stephen Kings. I haven't read some of them in decades and I'd really like to... Actually, I think I'd really like to read them in chronological order and go back to the beginning and start with Carrie. Because that's where I started originally. And up to a point I read them in order and then I stopped. So this is my list ideas. So this is what I was working on last week. So this is just a list of list ideas. And this is my recommendations. Now, last week somebody asked about the Great Book of Journaling. I think it was Chris. Somebody asked about my thoughts on the Great Book of Journaling because they thought I'd had it. It was not the book I thought it was. I do not have it. I do not intend to have it. I read the description and went, yeah, nah. But Mika has it. Mika Moon Tiger. So go follow her. I should have put a link down in the description, shouldn't I? I'll put it in later. Yeah, she's got it and she hasn't read it yet, but she's going to have a read of it and have a look through it. And at some point she'll do a video on it. So she's got a few health things she's dealing with at the moment, same as me. So she will be back soon. And when she does come back, she has the Great Book of Journaling on her list. So I took one look at the description and went, that's so not for me. Where's the... Let me find what I read. Oh, fat fingers this morning. Can't spell. Great Book of Journaling. Right, here we go. Not even reading the description of the book, just reading the title. The Great Book of Journaling, How Journal Writing Can Support a Life of Wellness, Creativity, Meaning and Purpose. Brackets, How to Journal Self-Help. I got as far as how journal writing. And I'm like, yeah, no. I'm not a journal writer. If you're a written journaler, then maybe it's for you. I'm not a journal writer. If I have to process things, I do it through art. I don't do it through journaling. Like journal writing. I do it through art journaling. So, having done that, I can now cross that off. In fact, actually, I'm going to write it in my recommendations list. Rather than just erasing it, I'm going to write it in the recommendations list. Because I originally just wrote it down as a note. I'm going to write it in here. The Great Book of Journaling as a recommendation, and then I'm going to cross it out because no, it's not for me. No. Okay, so I've gone through my lists here, and I was looking at which ones I thought I could make like a layout for. Movies and media and games, I think I can put together, and that will probably be a 2-page spread. Challenges also has potential to be at least 1 page. The rest of it is kind of stuff that I can do as an ongoing series rather than a list. So rather than 1 page dedicated to it all, like do a one every so often. Do you know what I mean? Words are hard this morning. Words are hard every morning, but really hard this morning. Okay. Make an entry on a page when I feel like it, as opposed to keeping a dedicated list. There we go. We run on coffee. Donations accepted. Ooh, have you seen the way I'm tempted? Have you seen the promotional stuff for Starbucks UK, November the 14th? A big red cup. It looks like a Stanley Cup. It looks like a Stanley Cup. I think they're doing a Christmas one. Anyway. Right. So I did 3 pages last week. That's not actually I did. Oh, I skipped a page. Oh yes, because I knew I was going to put something on there. So I finished this page. I haven't written in here. Like I said, I'm not a written journaler. Oh, I got it in my email this morning, Tyler. Do you want to see? I mean, I'm not definite on it, but look. It says this holiday season is going to be big, dropping 14th of November. Doesn't that look like a Stanley? The Ultimate Red Cup collab. Available 14th of November. Unfortunately for me, it's only available from my drive-through, and you can't get to my drive-through unless you've got a car. And I don't have a car, so I guess I'm not going to have one. But that said, they're probably about 40 quid, so am I upset about that? No, not really. Do I need a red Starbucks cup? No. Do I want one? Well, yes, of course. We want all the Starbucks cups, don't we? Anyway. So, following on from last week, remember I was noting things down and saying, oh, I could put that in my journal. Well, that's what I did. So, I made a note about that quote from David Tennant, which I wrote in there and what I thought about it. He was asked, what would your advice be to anyone considering giving up acting? And he said, if you can imagine giving it up, give it up. And I felt that applies to create any creative pursuit. If you can imagine not doing it, just give it up. Find something better to do with your time, because you're not dedicated enough to it to keep going. You're just going to be constantly frustrated. If you're doing it as a hobby, you're just going to be constantly frustrated that, oh, I never get time to do it. I don't get this, I don't get that. Oh, I haven't done this in ages, and I'm not very good at it, and blah, blah. And it's all because you're not giving the time to it. If you want to give the time to it, you will give the time to it. You dedicate the time to it. It's that simple. Look at all the time you spend watching Netflix or sitting in the car waiting for the kids and doing nothing. You'll have some idea of the amount of time you could be dedicating to improving your sketching or your knitting or your singing, even whatever it is you want to do. So I think that's very relevant to, whether it's a work thing or a hobby. If you can imagine giving it up, just give it up. Go and find something more productive to do with your time. I also made a note about, was it Maria told me about cross dominance last week? I made a note about that. We drew a narwhal. That's a narwhal. And we drew a beluga. And we made a note about narwhals plus belugas equals narlugas, and they are real creatures. They look like dolphins. And I found my printer. Yay! I was right. It wasn't on my desk over there under a pile of stuff. It was actually in one of the cubby holes with all the papers and stuff, because I tidied it away. This is why I lose things, because I tidy them away. And it just had something in front of it. And when I moved that one thing, there it was. So yeah, I found my Sprocket printer again. I'm happy. I can print photos. I left that page for a reason. I cannot remember now what that reason was. And then this was on Saturday. We were doing one of the exercises out of Danny Gregory's book, The Creative License. I didn't show you that one last week, did I? Let me grab it. Hang on. It's just here. You're probably familiar with Danny Gregory. Sketchbook School. He's very well known. He's all over YouTube. He's got a podcast. He's got his own website with tutorials and freebies and all sorts. He's got a newsletter that goes out every Friday. He's prolific at what he does. So he's got a lot of books. In my opinion, this is one of the better ones, because it has bits of all his other books in it. So the other books, you kind of have to be after a certain thing to want them, but this one is more, it's a little bit talking about how to give yourself permission to do art or make art, or if you need that. It's a little bit about pointing out that you don't have to be a great artist to make art. I mean, this is an illustration, right? But is that great art? No. Does it have to be great art? No. Is that an amazing, perspective accurate, correctly drawn guitar? No. Does it look like a guitar? Yes. And that's what I was talking to my patrons about on Saturday, was because we're doing things from this book this month, that it doesn't have to be perfectly accurate or correct in order to draw it. It just has to look like the thing that you're trying to draw. So if you look at it and you go, what in the crap is that? Then you haven't succeeded. If you look at it and go, oh look, that's that table that used to sit behind the door in Grandma's house, then you've succeeded. Is it an accurate representation of the table? Who the hell knows? I haven't seen the table in 40 years. But that's from my memory. That's what it looks like in my head. Would somebody else come along and go, oh, I know what that is, where that's from? Probably not. I mean, my family might recognise it. Or if I said, oh, that's the table from Grandma's house, my dad would go, oh, yeah, so it is. My mum would go, no, it didn't have 2 spindles like that. Because my mum's an artist as well. She's got a really good visual memory. She'd be like, no, it had 3. And it had claw feet. And the plant was much taller than that. Because that's what she's like. Anybody else would just accept it and go, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because your brain fills in the gaps. How important is the introduction? It's intimidatingly long. What? In this? Oh, no. See, the thing is, all of this book is written like a journal. All of it. Yes, there is an introduction. And it does look long. I mean, it's like 18 pages. But it's not what you think of being an introduction. Usually an introduction is skippable. I hardly ever read introductions unless they're written by somebody that I really like their writing, or I appreciate their take on things. Most of the time I ignore the introduction. I don't read it. But this, the introduction, I mean, just the headers from the introduction. Too many people seem to feel they're not creative and cannot ever be creative. And then he addresses that. Like, they think they'd like to draw, paint, or dance, or act, or play music, but they're afraid to try because they don't think they can do it, and da-da-da, and, you know, comparison is the thief of joy, essentially. And then he talks the way I talk, which is why I like him so much. The first analogy he gives about learning a skill and learning the basics and not feeling intimidated about how good you are or how bad you are. He talks about driver's ed and learning to drive. Because you don't pop out of the womb with the ability to drive any more than you pop out of the womb with the ability to draw. Have you ever seen, other than special abilities kids, have you ever seen a baby pop out of the womb and go, hey, give me a crayon, I got an idea? No. Usually they get to about 5 or 6 before they actually start to look like anything that's not just scribble. It's like a YouTube video where someone is speaking really slow. I zone out of it really quickly. Yes! Yes! You automatically want to skip it. Tyler, for you, I would say, have you got the physical book? If you have, I would say invest in the audiobook. Get the audiobook from Audible and read it alongside it, because it's so much more engaging when he's talking. He does the audiobook and he reads it as if he's talking to you on his YouTube videos. So he's sat here like this talking to you and say, and you could do this, and your driver's ed started with learning some principles on paper and the rules of the road, and then how to read traffic signs. And that's how he talks, and that's how he reads, and it's easier to follow it if you're... I mean, I find it easier to read anyway, because it's handwritten, and handwritten is always more engaging for me because it looks like a journal. Think of it as a journal. You read it or follow it in as fast or as slow as you want. It is actually worth reading the introduction, because it's not really an introduction. It's more kind of encouraging words to get you to not be intimidated by the fact that the introduction is 18 pages long and then you've got all of this to go through. And you're already looking at the cover going, oh my God, I can't do that. You know. Memoir type books read by the author, yes, me too. I love books read by the original author, whether they're fiction or non-fiction, because nobody can tell a story like the original writer. Anybody who does their own audiobooks, that's for me. The exception is Stephen King, because Stephen King knows he's not a very good reader, but he's the one who chooses who reads the audiobooks. So he finds the right voice. He has the final say on who does the audiobook, nobody else. And he finds the right voice for that book. So, that helps. The thing I like as well about this is that he throws in like pictures along the way, that some of them are like really good. You look at that and you go, that's really good. Flipping heck, I can't do that. I mean, I'd have to think about doing that. But then you look at this and you're like, yeah, I think I could probably manage that actually. Because it's not great art, and it's not meant to be great art. And then the other thing about the introduction, Tyler, is that it's broken up. It's not really an 18-page introduction. Like this is, too many people feel they're not and cannot ever be creative. The titles are hard to read for me. The rest of it is fine. Hi, Amy from Indiana. Welcome. But this one is 1, 2, 3 pages. And then what if we treated driving like we treat the arts? And it's 1 paragraph. Make like a tree, 1 page. 2, 3 pages. And then every day is loaded with creative potential, 1 page. Where he talks about, creativity isn't what you think it is. Every day you get up and make a series of choices, like what to wear. And what top goes with what trousers. And what colour goes with this. And that is all creativity. It's just a different way of looking at it. If you're sceptical at this point, he's got a page about that. What happens when you stifle creativity? He's got a couple of pages about that. Then he's got a few things to think about. Go with the flow. This is really hard to read. Creativity is fundamental to all living things, but we are able to block or mischannel it into stress, judgment and misery, which can turn into a lifelong negative habit, which corrupts our minds and fosters a bleak vision of reality. So, we need to reorient our gaze in a positive direction by seeing the beauty and value of all we have, by seeing and recording and acknowledging the evidence of our 4 senses, by celebrating the everyday, what the Buddhists call the 10,000 things. That is a summary of this. So yeah, read the introduction. It's not an introduction. It's like a series of thoughts before you read the book. What creativity will do for you, and then he tells you about his story and how he got started and why, and he goes right back through his history of, well, I kept a journal as a kid, and then I stopped, and then I started, and then I stopped, and then I started, and then I stopped, and you're like, oh, that's me. Then he's got there's a comment from his wife as well. She added something to the introduction. I don't know, given the date of this, I don't know if that's his first wife or his current wife. His first wife is the lady who was in a horrible accident, Patty. She fell on a subway track and was hit by a train. Horrible accident, left very badly injured. She survived, but she had an accident later on and passed away. This, I don't know if it's from his current wife or his first wife. So it might be Patty, or it might be... I can't remember her name. Linda? Is it? Oh, God, I watched their live streams and I can't remember her name. Mary. Might be Mary. I'm sorry, Mrs. Gregory, I can't remember your first name. Anyway, yeah, he gets in. Then you've got the obligatory tools of the trade section, and he starts with get a pen. He's got this one section on grab a pen, right? And his only caveat is you might want to consider one that is waterproof, but you don't have to. Right, that's his caveat. You might want to consider one that's waterproof, but you don't have to. And then you jump in, and your first thing is draw a chair, draw a mug, draw a table, draw a person. That's what we did. No references, no nothing. We just we came up with the idea because we wanted to do a chair that everybody would recognise, or we would all be familiar with. So we chose the chair from Van Gogh's picture. You know, the picture of his room with the chair? Yeah. Well, funnily enough, what we learned from that exercise was that actually Van Gogh drew many series paintings of his room, and he drew that chair many times, and we were all thinking of different chairs. So we learned something from that. I haven't written that down on here, so I think I might. I think I might do that now, actually. I think my pen ran out of ink. Did my pen run out of ink? No, it didn't. It just stopped working properly. I don't know why. The other thing I was doing was showing how to take a very simple live drawing and immediately liven it up by using water-based ink and a water brush, instead of trying to colour it or whatever, you know, and the basics of adding shadows left and underneath. If it's on the outside, and if it's on the inside of something, right and top. So the outside of the mug, left and underneath. The inside of the mug, top and right. Same as you would do for block lettering, like that. So yeah, so let's update this page, because I didn't do that. It was an art class, so I didn't write on it. So let's do exercise from the... Can't write this morning. Hand does not want to coordinate with brain. The Creative License D. Gregory. 1. Draw a chair. Cannot spell either, apparently. What was the order? 2. Draw a mug. 2. Draw a mug. 3. Draw a table. Let's do 3 down here. 3. Draw a table. 4. Draw a person. And for me, this is what makes it different. A journal from a sketchbook page. So I might make a note here about we drew Van Gogh's chair from memory. Turns out he painted it loads of times, and we were all drawing a different chair. There you go. That, to me, that's what makes it a journal entry instead of a sketchbook entry. Draw a mug. We drew mugs here and another one here. This was funny because I was just doing a demo and somehow I ended up managing to do a really bad drawing of David Tennant. So did I just do a really bad drawing of DT without trying? Yes, I did. This one was drew some random bloke from a news article. And then, like, down here I might write about what we were doing, about the session, what the session was for, what I'm trying to do with getting back into journaling, etc, etc, etc. And, you know, that'll fill that space, and then that's a journal page rather than just a sketchbook page. And focusing on, not focusing on drawing, but focusing on capturing was what we were doing. I mean, I'm sure most of you have seen my sketchbook, but I mean, I actually can draw. I promise. I actually am quite good at drawing. I think. You know, especially portraits. I'm getting really good at drawing portraits. I do all sorts of stuff, and I'm pretty good at it. I make my living as an artist, you know. But this isn't great art. This is just draw an outline of a chair, add some shading, done. Hey Chris, you're reading a good book. Excellent. Five stars, but working on your novelette. Nice. I'm doing fan fiction for NaNoWriMo again. Doing a collab piece with a friend for December fic. So yeah, that was Saturday. Should probably put a date on it. I'm trying to get back into putting dates on things. I keep forgetting to put dates on things. What was the date on Saturday? What is it today? The 12th. 11, 10, 9. Is that right? That sounds about right. 9, 11, 24. Okay. Yes, because that was for the 8th, and I've already got something. I've got to print some photos for that one. So I'm going to do some more writing in here about, you know, 9th. Thank you. I'll write some more about the class and, you know, what we did and why we're doing it and my thoughts. And that'll be that. So let's do this page list. So we're on 1340 for our timing. I'll just write that down quickly. So 40 minutes. List page media. Okay, so now you're probably used to people doing list pages in bullet journals with dot grids, and it's all neatly laid out and etc, etc. Yeah, we're not doing that. This is journaling, dude. I'm not counting squares and stuff. That's not happening. No. So let's oh, sorry, I didn't. The Creative License by Danny Gregory. That is the book that we were just talking about. Take a screenshot if you want to. Highly recommend it. if you enjoy this book, go and get its others, but you will find there's a little bit of repetition. This has all sorts of ideas and drawing, you know, thinking about making mistakes, all sorts of stuff. It's a really good read. Really good read. It's, if you like this sort of stuff and you want to do a bit of like visual journaling and a bit of writing in your journals, that is the book to get. In my opinion, this is the only book you'll ever need. In my opinion. So if you're on a budget, this is it. This is where it's at. If you are just a written journaler, this is a lot more visually. I mean, if you want to get into, you know, being able to draw the cover of your book instead of having to print out a cover, then, you know, this is a good place to start drawing. But he's even got a list of 1,000 things to draw. I mean, you could even have 1,000 things to write about there. You just got to use a bit of imagination. And if you're a writer, you've already got that. Like 1,000 things to draw. Every appliance in your house. Okay, so how can you turn that into a written prompt? What was the last appliance you bought? Why did you buy it? Why did you choose that one? How much did it cost? Do you like using it? Do you wish you'd bought something else? There's a whole page of journaling right there. And who knows where that might lead. You might start talking about how you want to get something else with your Christmas money or something. Who knows? You know, it's, when you just want a prompt to work from, then... So, anyway, that's the book I would recommend if you want to get into this kind of journaling. But also, this particular one is kind of a... Lists is more a hybrid with bullet journaling. So I'm doing movies, games and media. So, movies, games and media. Let me think about how I want to lay this out. Movies, games and media. I have a big list of stuff for Netflix. And Netflix logo is red, so I'm going to use a pink post-it note for Netflix. That adds a bit of visual interest to the page. Maybe I'll do all my movies, games, media. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So, movies, games, media. Then I've got... Oh. Let's put it up there and then I won't keep bashing it with my arm. So, let's throw in a title, shall we? Are we going to get all fancy with a title? Maybe. What colour should we do the title? Give me a colour. Any colour. Except white. Don't give me white. Hot Vimto. Yes. The only thing that beats Hot Vimto is hot Ribena with honey. Green. So I'm going to use my Ohuhu pens because they don't bleed through and they're a bit like Tombows, so they're handy for thick and thin lines. So let's do green. Okay, so I don't want to do too Christmassy. It's a bit too early for Christmas. So let's go with this one. Actually, so the most I ever do for titles is drawing a straight line, which I sometimes use a ruler for. This is going across 2 pages, so I will actually kind of use a ruler. There we go. So we got movies, games and media. So and media will fit there. Movies, games and media. Might have to move it across a little bit so I can fit the and in. There we go. All three words visually are a similar size. So let's do movies. Games. I like that because it's a neon. I didn't realise it was a neon, but it's a neon for games, which, I don't know, I like that. And then I'll use my favourite green, which is bath green, basically. And media. There we go. Somebody else said blue. I'm going to drink Ribena, it's going to be in a snake bite. Well, that too, yeah. You've made me think about if I should go back to drawing. Was doing it a few years ago because I was trying to do a kids book, was trying out crayons and pastels. I think the thing is not to think of it as drawing. Think of it as capturing something visually. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be like perfect art or anything like that. That's not what the point of doing this is. But if you start with like, I mean, crayons and pastels is more make art on a piece of paper type because of the just because of the medium that you're using. But you know, grab a coloured pencil and start drawing stuff. Movies, games and media. Here we go. I don't have a green pencil in here, so let's use the blue one like Amy suggested. Here we go. Movies, games and media. So maybe we could draw what oh, okay, I know. Let's do it down here. Let's draw a television, right? It's just a big rectangle with a stand. Movies, so we've got a DVD player. Put some buttons on it. There's our TV. Maybe we could just draw a box with some things on, but then like a games controller on top. Do a bit of shading. Do a logo. I mean, the next one I'm going to actually use, because I rotate my streaming services, so the next one I'm up for is Netflix in December, so maybe I'll write Netflix on here, because that's going to be the one I'm doing next. Okay, I didn't fit that in very well, but that's okay. That looks a bit janky, so maybe we grab a blue pen in a similar colour. And we just... Oh, that's not dark enough. Okay, let's use ballpoint pen. It's easier. So maybe we just do a bit of additional, just to give it a little bit of shape where we've coloured it in. And then, as we said before, go in with a darker pen and, you know, bottom, left. Add a bit of shading. There you go. Movies, games and media. Have the video muted because I'm dealing with the help desk at my job. Ew. What in the world is Vimto? It's a drink in the UK. We call it squash. It's a cordial, I think they call it in America. It's kind of where you put a small bit in and fill it with water. Yes. It's a brand. Yes. It's like the closest taste to Vimto I can think of is Jolly Rancher. The blue Jolly Ranchers. That's kind of what it tastes like. But it's not as sweet. Don't forget Netflix has a film. Wicked Little Letters. Yes, that's on my list. That's on my list. The Fall of the House of Usher, Wicked Little Letters, and I've got about 3 that I've added this weekend as well. Yeah, it's got Olivia Colman in it. I love Olivia Colman. She's fab. Do I need to put the light on? I think I do. I'm looking a little bit dark and morbid here. There we go. Okay, so maybe with this, I'll do with the dark green, I'll do the same with the letters. So left and underneath, left and underneath, and then other side, top right. So an O, left and underneath, outside, top right and top and right inside. Left and underneath, left and underneath, left and underneath, 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 left and underneath. I can't keep saying that, or it's gonna become one of those things that you can't say the words anymore because they don't mean anything anymore. Get the idea. Okay. It's hard to see, isn't it? Oh, is it because it's because I put that there and it's shading everything. There we go. Blocking the light. Okay, so now I've done that, I need a games list. So do the boxes in green. I don't need a huge list of games, or a huge list for games rather. So that kind of looks like it's got a tab on it because I drew it a strange shape. So that's games. Movies. Let's do something a bit different with movies. So if I put movies in here, there's not going to be as many movies as there is other stuff. And then just freehand something over the top of it. Let's add some washi tape. How about that? So let's do this one in blue. And we'll do the washi tape in blue. Maybe we'll do a little clapperboard thing for movies instead of writing the title. Again, we're not aiming for great art here. We're just writing things in or doodling things in because we can. Okay, that's all it is. Don't get hung up on it. So, and then this one is specifically Netflix, so that needs to have a red. And I am going to put that one there, so let's just stick it on down. Let's actually get the Netflix logo, shall we? Let's actually attempt to do the Netflix logo. Netflix. There's the Netflix logo. Oh, I never noticed the curve on the bottom before. Interesting. So that's cool. So let's draw that in. Draw the shape of the letters first, like that. The F is in the middle, so I'm just going to rough in the letters first. Okay, that's that done. And then let's do it the easy way. Can somebody put in chat and tell Maria that she should be able to get closed captions? Because I have closed captions turned on, so she should be able to get closed captions. I'm not sure if it works live or if it only works on the replays. But I do have closed captioning turned on. Because I hate watching things that I don't have closed captioning for. There we go. And because Netflix logo is black, I'm going to go in with this and just do the negative space of the letters. not going to be too precise with it. I'm just, you know. But it kind of looks like the logo, so. And I'd rather have something like this that is obviously hand-drawn and looks like a hand-drawn version of the logo than try to come up with something where I do it my own way and it's just a fancy title. I would much rather have a hand-drawn actual logo. But that's just me. I mean, that might not be your aesthetic, and that's okay. But I think this is much more fun than just trying to do a perfectly written, calligraphied, brush lettered, whatever of a title. I mean, it's alright, isn't it? Sure. Looks a bit dark. Let's use the... Oh, I don't know where my white pen is, actually. It might be in my other room. Let me see. Is this a white pen? No, that's the clear one. Is this a white pen? No, that's a sparkly one. I need a white pen. Oh! Oh, no. Well, this won't work particularly well because it's gonna run with the water-based markers, but just to give it a little bit of something. I mean, we could give it a little bit of an outline in white, couldn't we? I really wanted my thin gel pen for this, but this will do. Just provides a little bit of contrast between the red and black, so they stand out from each other a little bit. I'm not perfectly going around every single bit of the letter. Who has time for that? There we go. Just enough to make it stand out. YouTube is saying it's unavailable. Oh, it might be they're only available for the replays. I don't know. I always turn on live captioning for everything. But sometimes it says, sometimes it's only available for replays. Okay, let's just take out these lines where I roughed in the title. I don't normally bother erasing anything, but I will on this one because they stand out a bit. Okay, so we've got films. That's going to bug me if I just leave it like that. So actually I am going to write film. Films. Okay, so one of the films I'm going to put in here, I'm going to include it in films because it's not really a film, but I have to go to the cinema for it. Feb 5th. Macbeth. The David Tennant Cush Jumbo version of Macbeth is going to be screened in cinemas on February 5th. Am I going? Yes, I am. Did I find out that my cinema has 2 showings and therefore I bought tickets to both showings? Yes, I did. I can't go and see it live, so I'm going to go and see it twice at the cinema. I don't care. Done with the help desk. Yay! Welcome back. Okay. So on Netflix, I've got Fall of the House of Usher. Wicked Little Letters. I want to rewatch Sandman while I'm there. Wednesday. And I think season 2 of both of those are due out soon, although I don't know if Sandman's going ahead. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I do have a list somewhere of things that I want to watch on Netflix. I don't have anything on Disney Plus or Paramount that I want to watch at the moment because I've just finished the subscriptions on those and I've literally just watched everything. I am going to do a ongoing list. Where should we put that one? Let's do that one here. This one is just going to be TV, general. Let's draw a little old-fashioned TV with the antenna, because we can. Do you want to make a separate list for holiday-specific media to watch? No. I don't make a list of holiday-specific stuff. I just watch what I want. And most of that involves watching The Muppets Christmas Carol literally every day between December the 1st and January the 1st. It's a nice idea. It's a good idea if you've got things that you want to watch, or if you like those people who buy the Radio Times or the TV Guide and have to go through and highlight everything that you want to watch. I don't really care for Christmas specific stuff, but I will watch The Muppets Christmas Carol every day. Every day. TV shows. So I've got, and what I'll do with these is I'll just write the name of the TV show and then I'll write the channel that it's on, because this is free stuff. I don't know how I got green pen all over me there. What happened there? There we go. Ah, got it all over there as well. Weird. How did I manage that? Muppets Haunted Mansion. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I love all the Muppets movies. I'm a total child when it comes to the Muppets. So I've got a few things that I want to watch. Right. What was it called? It's a kids program and I can't remember what it's called. Hang on. I'll find it. What's it called? Tree Food Tom. It's a kids series. I don't care. I believe it's on Amazon Prime or ITV. I can't remember. Oh, it's a BBC one, but it'll be available other places. So I'll put BBC, but I don't watch BBC stuff because you have to pay an extortionate license to watch BBC. And call me crazy, but I don't watch live TV. If you want to watch live TV or anything BBC, even if it's catch up, you have to pay for a TV license, which is like 170 quid, right? Or you can not watch anything ITV on live TV. You can watch it on catch up on like Channel 4 or Channel 5 or ITV on demand, which are all free. And the BBC specific stuff, you can wait till it comes to either BritBox or ITVX or Amazon Prime. And not pay for it, not pay extra for it. You can watch the whole series of that for like £12 on Amazon Prime, probably. Why would I want to pay 170 odd quid for BBC iPlayer? Makes no sense. Disney Plus is only 59 quid a year. Come on, BBC, do better. You never seen the actual Haunted Mansion films? Oh my god, watch the Haunted Mansion films. They're funny too. Holiday in the Wild this year, watching because elephants. Yay. But it's a Netflix movie. Oh. Well, I'll add that to my Netflix list. Holiday in the Wild. That sounds like a plan. There we go. I don't need a separate holiday list. I'll just put it on my Netflix list. Okay, so other TV shows I wanted to watch. Ellis is coming to ITV, I think. I can't remember which channel. No, it's a Channel 5 one. It's a Channel 5. But it's coming out weekly, so I've got to wait till the end of the series and then watch it all in one go. Because if I watch weekly... One of the reasons I don't watch live TV is because if I have to watch things weekly, I forget what happened. Literally, I've slept since then. What is this programme even about? That's if I remember to watch it. No, we watch series of things all in one go. Which is like why I like mini-series, our TV mini-series, because we don't have to deal with ratings over here and all that kind of crap. Because the BBC controls everything, basically. They are our overlords when it comes to TV. So we just have kind of a free-for-all. We don't really have ratings. So most of our series only run for like 5 seasons max, unless it's an ongoing kind of... Unless it's based on books, or it's kind of a... What are they called? Soap type thing. It doesn't tend to run for more than a few seasons. And most of our seasons are miniseries, so they're 6, 8 or 10 episodes. They're not like 45 episodes and goes on for 100 years. Supernatural, I'm looking at you. And then when it gets cancelled, it gets picked up by another channel. You know, we don't do that here. What was the other one I saw that I wanted to watch? Can't remember. Anyway, I'll start filling these in. I'm going to put The Witcher on here because now that I have a laptop that can play The Witcher, I am getting The Witcher off Steam, because the whole Witcher series regularly comes up for like pennies. I'm also going to give Diablo 4 a shot, even though I'm not convinced that I want to play it. But it's free. And I was going to try Sims 4 as well, because it's always interesting putting Sims in a room and closing all the doors and windows, turning heat up and see how long they live. I mean... Do I have psycho tendencies? Maybe, actually. So now I've got a big space in the middle. Which I can start lists for Disney, is one of them that I will start. I've just finished a Disney subscription, so I've watched everything I want to watch. I don't have anything on the list. Same for Paramount. Oh, I do have Discovery Plus. I've got quite a list for Discovery Plus because I'm due for a... What's Discovery Plus? That's blue, isn't it? Well, purpley blue. So let's do Discovery Plus. I've got quite a big list for that. Whoops. That was a crazy line. What happened there? Top of that list, of course, is Ghost Adventures. But I do have several other things to put on that list. And then like Disney and Paramount, I'll start listing them here because by the time I get to the point where I've filled the boxes, I'll probably be in a new journal. So no point in making them massive lists. So there we go. There's one of my list pages. I'll leave these blank because I'll decide what I want to do. I'll probably put Disney Plus and Paramount down here because they won't need to be big lists. And then I've probably got another one that I need to put there. No, can't think of it or anything offhand. But, you know, I can always draw something in that spot or stick something in that spot. You know, Christmas TV guide or something. Christmas Day TV guide. Oh, by the way, Christmas Day. Are we doing a live stream Christmas Day? Yeah, we're doing a live stream Christmas Day. Kia Creates is doing another winter journal thing. Like the Halloween journal challenge, but Christmas. Or seasonal, rather. And since I don't do anything for Christmas, I volunteered as tribute and I'm doing a live stream on Christmas Day around 5 or 6 p.m. GMT. Yes, it will be recorded, etc., etc. But if you're not doing anything for Christmas, or if you're trying to avoid the family for an hour or so, come on over and we'll do a journaling challenge. I do know what my prompt is, but the prompt list hasn't been released yet, so I'm not going to tell you. My patrons know, though, because I told them yesterday. Right, that line is bugging me, so I'm going to just grab a bit of washi tape to mirror this side. I'll put an actual piece of washi tape over here, if I can find the end of it. Is that it? There it is. Yeah. There we go. And, you know, we can make these boxes look a bit more interesting, can't we? Let's grab a greyish kind of... is that going to be too dark? Yeah, that's too dark. Had a feeling it would be. Let's try this one. That's too blue. Oh, no. No, that's too blue. Where is my... Where's the one I normally use? I've got a grey mild liner somewhere that I tend to use for shadows. Don't know where it is. Of course I don't know where it is. Why would I know where it is? Let's use... Oh. You're quite light. Could use you. Yeah, that's light enough. That'll work. So this is one of my acrylic markers. So we'll just give this some bit of shading. Again, left and bottom. add some visual interest. Hi Pam, thank you for the super sticker. What have we got today? Oh, a little pair working out. Oh, it's cute. Did you watch Agatha All Along on Disney Plus? No. I saw the trailer and I went, pass. Just didn't do it for me. It might be something I come back to next time I come around to Disney Plus. I'm very cantankerous when it comes to what I watch, and if everybody else is watching it, I'm probably not. I did watch what was it called? The one that everybody says is like American Horror Story, and the writer's like, it's nothing like American Horror Story. We're like, dude, you did American Horror Story, and we're all telling you it's like American Horror Story. No, it's a completely different story. No, it really isn't. It's just like American Horror Story. Sorry, dude, but it is. Grotesquerie. That was good. I enjoyed that. It was very off the wall. I figured out why it was so off the wall quite early on, so I wasn't surprised by the ending. But it was very good. It was very good. Completely bizarre and offbeat, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you like American Horror Story, you probably like Grotesquerie. It is a little bit gory in places, but it's not, apart from one particular scene where there's a fight in a kitchen and there's a lot of blood, but it looks like tomato paste, so don't get hung up on it too much unless you're really squeamish. It's like tableaus. So you see the crime scene, but it's a tableau. So you kind of, it's not as bad as watching it happen for me. Well, it doesn't bother me anyway. I watch the Saw movies. I'm completely oblivious to it all. But yeah, if you're not into that kind of stuff, there is a gore warning, but it's not horrendous. It's just like you look at it and you go, ew, that's nasty. But you don't see it happening or anything. It's just, this is the aftermath kind of thing. Yeah. I'm very careful about what I look at in terms of what people say, oh, it's really good, you should watch it, because it quite often isn't what I like. Just because it's good doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it. Let's put it that way. Oh, Zen! Hello! You are late. It's fine. What are you doing up this late? The ADHD. Yeah, it happens. Oh, this is on in 5 minutes. I'll go and watch that. So that means I've got time to just go and do that. Hour and a half later, 45 side quests. You still haven't done what you went out to do, and now you're late for the stream. I'm with you. I hear you. Right, so I'm going to leave that where it is for now. I don't need to finish it, okay? I've never been one who has to finish a spread. I'm happy to leave things half done and come back to them later. Filling bits in like this, like coming back to this page and writing about stuff here and you know, adding bits and pieces or filling this in. I call that my knitting. It's what I do when I can't really do it on stream because it's writing. And it's long writing, so it's longer form writing. I don't really do long form writing, but it's longer form writing. So I can't really do it on stream, but it's the kind of thing I'll do when I'm catching up on a show or something like that, or listening to an audiobook. That's why you have to always remember that 5 minutes is only 300 seconds. Yes, 5 minutes is 300 seconds, not 300 side quests. Saw the live notification while you were at work and was like, of course. Well, I stream at the same time every day. You wish tricks worked. Yeah, tricks don't work for me either. My brain's too clever for that. It's that whole thing of, the clocks have changed. You don't go, oh yeah, the clocks have changed. So it's what, 4 p.m? Oh, that's why it's dark. No, you go through the whole rigmarole of, oh, the clocks changed yesterday. Now, did they go forward or back? And you say the little rhyme in your head to figure out whether it goes, oh, right, okay. So it should be, if it was a normal day, this is every time, doesn't matter whether it's spring or autumn. If it was a normal day, it would be 5 o'clock now. But the clock's changed, so it's 4 o'clock. But really it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, my brain fights the information it has. Calendar alerts on Discord haven't accounted for the clocks changing. Ooh! Yeah, because I don't set the stream up live until on a Tuesday just before the stream, about an hour before the stream. I set it up 2 hours in advance, so the alert goes out about an hour before. And then tomorrow's, the alert should go out about an hour after this stream ends, because as soon as this stream ends, I'll put tomorrow's live. Or public, rather. So there'll be a notification goes out at some point. 4 and 5 of ghosts. 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 It sounds like it should be like about MI5 or something. I haven't watched it. Never get a notification, can't remember when you start. Yeah. 1 p.m. GMT. Not Twitch, Discord. Yeah. You said Discord. Did I say Twitch? I know what you meant. All the upcoming events on Twitch are 12 and 4. Not Twitch, Discord. Oh, now you're confusing me. Hi, Cody. Yeah. Tyler, stop. Rein in the brain. Rewrite it with the correct words. Because you're confusing me now. If it's Discord, Katie needs to look at it. Or Mika, or you. Because I can't with Discord. I can set up channels and stuff, but there's too many bits behind the scenes that you have to manually set up, and I'm just like, can somebody just do this, please? About 11 p.m. for you. The UK. The UK. Random. Yeah, GMT UK time. Anyway, right. So, movies and media list. Set up. Games. Set up. Artist dates. Challenges. Silly holidays. Projects, non-art side quests. Things to research, going down the rabbit hole. Anti-haul list. Dogs of Instagram. Air fryer recipes. Words. Current playlist. Now, words. Okay, words. Words I can get behind. Let's do a page for words. Let's skip a couple of pages and do a page for words. I imagine that in my head as being like a dictionary page. So let's just divide this sort of roughly in half. like that. We'll do a title at the top for words. Have a little bit of a mini border around the outside. And I'll leave it in pencil because I won't bother putting a border all the way around. I'll just write within the lines. So this will be words. Let's see. I think I'll do black for this one. And let's have interesting. Oh look, I spelt that wrong. And new words. And I already have a word to go on the list. Cavill. No, not Henry. But another word. Again, I'll fill in that information later, but that's basically it. Got a title, got some borders. It'll be 2 columns of writing. It'll have lots of words in it. Job done. Okay. Do you want to do any other lists? Okay, so words. Where's words? Words is done. Current playlist. That's more of a, oh, I fancy writing down my current playlist. Or when I set up a new playlist, I'll make a note of what I want to put on it, and then I'll set up the playlist in Spotify. Pages for my journals. That's what this is. Useful websites or Pinterest. Interesting stuff. Gift ideas. And stuff I've lost. That could go in here. That could go in there. Oh, actually, have I got a gap somewhere that I could put it in? I've probably got a gap somewhere. Oh, there we go. There's a gap. Yeah, I could do it in here. No, I don't want to go backwards though. We're moving forwards. We're trying to use our journal. How about we use this? Or, actually, that's probably big enough. That could actually just go on this page for today. I like my tabs down at the bottom. So let's put you there. I'll write it on the back as well. Oh, that's right. I needed my pliers to pull this back out. We'll just use a different purple. I don't know where the purple is. Where my pliers are right now. I'll find them. Lost. This is a good alternative to making tabs, is just to use a note thing that's already got a tab on it. Stick that in there. I found new notebooks at Temu for $3. The best notebooks I've ever had. Handle watercolour, most of my pens and markers, no shadow. Aside from Sharpie and fountain pen ink, there's no bleed through. 128 sheets, which is 256 pages. A5. Nice. There's also some Hobonichi dupes on there that they do an A4 and an A5 and A6 and a Weeks style. And the Weeks ones are like $2. You have to be careful because you've got to get the legit sites. You can't just, you know, some of it is absolute crap, but a lot of it is legit. Kinter, something like that. Begins with a K. It's Kin something, and it's like a Hobonichi Weeks, but they've also got like A5 Hobonichis and stuff like that. Not Hobonichis, but you know. Okay, so stuff I've lost. I now have a stuff I've lost list. See? Do they have the same issues that Hobonichi has? I've never had any issues with a Hobonichi, so I couldn't tell you. What issues do Hobonichis have? I've never had an issue with an Hobonichi. This batch has good paper and this has bad paper. I've never heard of that. I know Hobonichi changed their paper and there was a lot of people complained about it. But, you know, people are going to complain no matter what happens. No, they actually changed the paper. I don't think it's a batch issue. They've changed the paper. And some people don't like it because some people just don't like change. It doesn't mean it's bad paper, it just means it's different. Moleskin is a bit like that, or it has been a bit like that in the past. It's not so much now. Moleskin paper has got a lot better. I love Moleskin anyway, so. Seaweed Kisses is your girl for Moleskin paper, good or bad, yay or nay. She's on an epic side quest right now to discover the secret of the new Moleskin paper where it's actually fountain pen friendly and all sorts of stuff. I don't care. I rarely use fountain pens, and when I do, I expect them to bleed through. I don't care. It's like people who are on a quest to find paper that allows alcohol markers. Alcohol marker paper is what you need, okay? Render paper or stone paper. That's what you need for alcohol markers. It's going to bleed through anything else. The end. Stop looking at normal notebooks and going, oh, but can you use alcohol marker on it? You can use alcohol marker on anything, but it will bleed through. Accept it. That's the nature of alcohol markers. A lot of people are very against Temu for some reason. I haven't had any issues with them. I've bought quite a few bits and pieces from Temu and everything's been really good quality. It's arrived really fast. I haven't had any issues. But then I've never had any issues with AliExpress either. Because I don't buy things where it's obviously, you know, You can see from the picture that what you're going to get is not the picture. You know? Rule 1 of AliExpress. Google image search the picture that they use, because 9 times out of 10 it's not the picture of the product, it's a picture of an approximation of the product, or it's somebody else's picture that they've approximated the product, and what you're going to get is absolute crap. You know. Half the ones complaining about bleed through are confusing it with ghosting. Yes. Most paper ghosts. This doesn't. Use a prepaid Visa debit which isn't linked to my bank account, and can load it using cash on my bank account and doesn't stay connected. Oh, I just use PayPal. I use PayPal for everything, because PayPal is never an issue with... I've never had an issue with PayPal. You need to get your money back, you just contact PayPal. It takes a little while, but it happens eventually. You love watching her talk about the way to tell quality of paper and codes on the label. Yeah, she's on an epic side quest to discover what the secret is. It's so fun. I am so invested. I literally don't care about moleskin paper. I will use any old crap. The cahiers have always been rough paper, what I call rough paper, as opposed to actual paper. It's the kind of thing you use just for jotting down notes. Cahiers have never been good quality paper, but the classics and the normals and the all that and the diaries and the journals, etc., etc. I am so invested in her figuring out the secret behind this paper. I don't care. I literally don't care. If I can't use a fountain pen in something, I just use ballpoint pen. I don't know why people get so hung up on it. Yeah, Cody, your comment about people confusing bleed through with ghosting, it's so funny, because I remember when the Midoris were big, and so many people, all the paper snobs were out, like, oh, well, I bought a Midori and it comes with this crap paper. So I threw that out. I looked at the paper and I could tell it was shitty quality. And I'm like, how about you don't do that? How about you just send it to me? I'll recycle it. Because that paper, the Midori paper, superb. Did you try your super expensive Mont Blanc fountain pen on it before you threw the paper away? Or did you just look at it and go, oh, that's not going to work, and throw it out? Yeah, you just threw it out, didn't you? You didn't take into account that it's Japanese fountain paper. It's Japanese paper, and the Japanese know how to use paper that accepts ink. The Japanese know their paper, people. Right, what else? Do I have time to... Yeah, we've got time to do one more. Come on. No, maybe I don't need to set up any more lists. Maybe I could just start noting to... Oh, actually, I do. I do need a list, but I need it in my other book. So we're going to swap journals, because I need to do a list for my... This is my reading and writing journal. So I do, well, it is now. It was, both of these were kind of similar, and then I've swapped this one to be my reading and writing journal. So I print out little stickers of the books I've read, and I do a quick summary, because otherwise in 2 weeks I have no idea what I've done. No idea what I've done. You're going to add the books? Yeah, you can add a link on Discord if you want to, Zen. Just put it in general chat or the journaling section. Recommendations. We always like recommendations. Right, so I need a list for might as well do it here because this is my NaNoWriMo notes. This is just my ongoing total. I'm behind because I started late. I didn't start till the 4th because I was sick and I'm still not up to date, and I'm not even trying to catch up. If I only make it to 30,000 words this year, I only make it to 30,000 words. It doesn't really matter. But I'm writing fanfics for December, so I might as well do it. But I need a list of publication dates so that I don't forget when I need to do things. So this one is going to be a basic layout, and I am going to actually lay it out properly. So let's do it in a different colour so it stands out. Let's use blue. I never use blue. So we've got November, and December, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and 31. And we're on the 12th of November, but I have actually published a couple of things this week, so I'll start. Oh, you know what? I'll just use the same numbers. But obviously 31, there's no 31 in November, so I've got the numbers down the middle and I'll just use the same numbers for both months. Be nice and easy. Okay, so I've actually got a spreadsheet, but I want to have it in my book so that I can flick to it when I'm writing notes. So where is my spreadsheet? It's in there. That's not it. Tracking, there we go. Okay, so 25th, series P, title TTB, part 1. And then on the 1st, so this is one series. I've got 3 different series on the going at the same time. So I'm basically going to color code them. So this is one series. And then another series I'll do in different colours. The first, series P, TTB 2. The fourth, series P, TTB 3. Mm, 25 P TTB. Now that's TTB 5, so where's TDP 4? Oh, 10. Series P TTB 4. All this because AO3 doesn't have the ability to set up a draft and set a publication date. You can't schedule things on here. It's kind of annoying. I wish you could schedule things, but you can't. If you could, I wouldn't have to do this. I would just put things up and schedule it. Everything's in my drafts folder. I've just got to publish it on the right day. But it's like YouTube lives. You can't have so many YouTube lives that premium gets confused about, or notifications get confused about what's going live when. If you have 2 live stream countdowns set up at the same time, YouTube gets really confused. So you can only have today's live stream, and then after today's live stream I can publish tomorrow's live stream. But I can't publish Thursday's live stream, because then YouTube will think Wednesday isn't happening. It's very annoying. 28. P T T B 6. Okay, so then we've got same series. Same series. Where is it gone? There we go. Same series, different fic. 13. So P F I 1. 17. P F I 2. You could also use this kind of thing for a video publishing schedule or something, or like live stream schedule. Anything that you've got to live publish something, or you need to know what's going up when, so you know you've got. I mean, just looking at this, I can already see that I've got the right amount of spacing. I've not got anything that's being published like on the same day, or too many. Like I've got 2 one day apart, and then I've got a week and a half before the next one. I can see easily that these are quite evenly spaced. And I also know that, like for there's a gap there, but my collab partner is posting her own fic there. Same here. There's another one going in there. Oh, that's a collab fic actually. 21st. P F I 3. And then 30th. P F I 4. So I can also see now that, well, I'll colour code these probably, but 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the longer fic, so that needs a bigger gap. But I can see that those are fairly evenly spaced. If this wasn't a double size fic, there would be one there, and then there'd be one there. So I can see that those work. So let's do I'll do mine in blue. And then it'll be more obvious. Hi, Miss Maddie, I hear you. I'll put Jules in orange. So Jules is publishing on the 2nd, the 5th, this is a collab fic. So that's the collab, that's the collab, that's the collab, that's the collab. She's also publishing on the 24th and the 27th. And that's a collab fic. Okay. So now I can see how evenly spaced out it is. And that works. That works. This is kind of a prologue that's an introduction to all of this. But there's 3 chapters. So that's going up the 25th, the 28th and the 31st. And then I've got another series which I'm not sure what dates I'm going to be posting it yet, but I've already posted 2. So I posted one on Saturday. Let's do this in a different, let's stick with blue but do it in a different colour. So this is a different series. So what's the day today? The 12th. So I posted one on, hang on, phone. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, hi. This is Dia speaking, calling from 380 Network, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, not interested. Bye. Bloody sales calls. Because I've got a business account. Constant sales calls. I'm like, you're not speaking English. I don't even understand where you just said you were calling from. And you haven't told me what you want in the first 3 sentences. So, nope, bye. I'll add them to the spam block later. Don't cold call me. I play hardball. Anyway, right. Today is... I might have to write this in pencil because my brain's a bit confused. Let's check on site when I publish things. That'll be the easiest way. There we go. So that one went up on the 9th. So M part 4. Oh, I can do this. M 4 May. And then I've got Maddie, stop. M5 I published yesterday. No, I didn't. I published it this morning. That's the 12th, isn't it? Yeah. M5 autumn, and it's a 3-parter, so 1. So I'll probably post part 2 on the 15th. M5 autumn 2, and that means part 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 will go up on the 18th. When is the 18th? Is that Sunday? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, it's Monday. Oh, great. Sunday, the only thing I do is write on Sundays. Write and beta. So that will be finished for Monday. That's not a problem. That will be posted on Monday. And then I've got another one that I could do with doing in here, but it depends if I can get it written or not. If I can, let's just call that Tess, because I'll know what that means. If I can put that up there, which gives me a week before this kicks in. Ugh! Ugh. Okay, now one thing I need to do is I need to put in the weekends, because otherwise I won't know whether I'm coming or going. So weekends. So today is Tuesday, right? Yesterday was Monday, so the 9th and 10th are a weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's not going to be the same for November and December, is it? Okay, so November is yellow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There we go. Oh. So let's use pink for December. So December's going to be... Oh, there isn't a 31st of November. So that means the 1st of December is going to be a weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, it's the 2 before this. Okay, that's nice and easy then. There we go. You were so polite compared to how I handle those calls. Well, that's because I was streaming. That's because I was streaming. I quite often go into automated mode, where you've said hello, you listen to what they say, and then you say, "Thank you for calling. Please hold." And then you play some really shitty music until they go away. I had one the other day. I took great delight in keeping on the phone for about an hour and a half. Because I was drawing, I just answered the phone and he started talking. And I was like, straight away, you don't even speak English, so I know you're not calling from any company I deal with. He was trying to kid me that he was calling from 3. He's calling from 3, I'm going to reduce your bill. We're going to give you a new phone upgrade. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, because you are a special customer. And I'm like, yes, and I was born yesterday. So I kept him on the phone. I was like, oh, really? Really? Can you do that? Oh, really? Oh, that's great. And I just kept him going. I kept asking questions. I kept just an hour and a half I kept him on the phone for. And he said, okay, I'll just text you through a link for this special offer, and all you've got to do is click the link. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Can you just send it through the 3 app? Oh, we can't do these through the 3 app. Yes, you can. Everything goes through the 3 app. 3 have never contacted me outside of the 3 app. So I know everything goes through the 3 app. Oh, well, on this occasion... No, send it through the 3 app. And like 15 minutes later, he was still arguing about how, well, on this occasion, because it's a special offer, it's only available to a few people, da-da-da. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think you're from 3. And he said, no, I am. And I'm like, I don't think you are, because all the people I've ever spoken to from 3 are Scottish, because they're based in Glasgow. And he hung up. I was like, yes. Hour and a half of that call I wasted. That's a lot of people. They didn't get a cold call because I kept him on the phone for an hour and a half. I don't care, they're paying for the call. Right. So this is my publishing list. If you are curious about my fan fiction, by the way, I basically write Broadchurch and Good Omens. Mostly Broadchurch, to be honest. I kind of fell off the wagon with Good Omens. I did a series and then I was like, yeah, I think I've worked through that. Broadchurch, I will never give up. I will never give up. It's so badly written. I will keep writing it until something makes sense. So if you like Broadchurch, I write a lot of Broadchurch fan fiction. Come and play. Some of it is mystery stuff. Some of it is police case stuff. Some of it is fluff, which is what we're doing, because it's the prompt for December is Fluffcember. So it's just domestic fluff, because that's what we do. I don't write smut. So if you're a smut-free zone, you're safe with me. Well, that's not true. I have written it, but I write it as separate to everything else. So it's like a chapter. It's an entire chapter. And I always publish that chapter with the next chapter as well. So if you're a smut-free zone, you can just skip that chapter. And it clearly says, skip the chapter. So. My mum likes to say, excellent, but first let me talk to you about our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. I love it! Oh, I'm going to have to try that one. I'm going to have to try that one. See how they react. My dad's favourite is just to go, oh, yes, okay, hang on a second. I was just pouring a cup of tea. I'll just grab my tea and I'll be back with you in a second. And then he just puts the phone down and walks away. What do you use to write your fan fiction? Computer? Well, technically an iPad, actually. What do I use to write my fan fiction? What do you mean? Software? Do you mean what site am I on? If you want links to my fan fiction or anything to do with that side, my gaming fan fiction stuff, that's on Discord. You can find it in the writers section. And failing that, you can just message me somewhere and ask me for my fan fiction links and I'll send it. Oh, the program. Oh, I just write in Google Docs. I use my iPad. I have a... Maddie, stop. I have a fancy thing that turns my iPad into a laptop and I just write in Google Docs. No, I don't. I don't. I can't. I've tried Scrivener. I've tried Notability. I've tried all sorts. And they're too convoluted. The thing is, for fan fiction, the world building is already there. You don't have to have a list of characters. You don't have to have all your world building. You already know the setting. You know about the place it's set. You know about all that. So unless you're going way off canon, it's already there. Or unless you're writing sci-fi. Sci-fi, obviously, you've got some world building to do. But yeah, if you're just writing, like I just rewrite Broadchurch over and over and over again because Chris Chibnall did such a bad job of it. So I just take from the end of season 2 and I rewrite it as many times as necessary. This is what it could have been like. This is what could have happened. Or should have happened. Or, oh, what if this happened? You know. Yeah, I just straight into Google Docs. And I do my collabs in Google Docs as well. So we've got a folder with her stuff and my stuff and the collab stuff. And we just add each other to our docs. Because we proofread and beta each other's docs as well. You want to do Doctor Who fanfic, but not the Doctor, because you have ideas. Doctor Who fanfic, but not the Doctor. Interesting. You'll have to send me a link for that. Although, I have to admit, if it doesn't have 10 in it, I'm probably not going to read it. Is my fanfiction reading mostly linked to David Tennant? Yes, it is. Is my writing mostly linked to David Tennant? Yes, it is. Do I care? No. Anyway, so this is my BC public. Oh, I probably should have written this out in pencil first. Publication. Publication dates. Be a side character or new characters. Doctor will be in it, but it won't follow them. Oh right, okay, interesting. So yeah, Whoniverse, basically, Whoniverse fic rather than a Doctor Who fic. Marvellous. Now I know what that is, what that's all for, and when I'm doing things, and we're good. So, I don't need a different colour for these. I've posted that one, and I've posted that one. So the next one is not due until Friday. Yeah, that means I got Friday morning to beat it. So that's good. That's done. Marvellous. Where's my little bit of... Where's my bit of pink? Ah, there it is. So that's caught up. I didn't do any reading. Well, I did do some reading, but I didn't read any of the book I'm reading because I was beta reading, and I can't read proper books and beta at the same time. So I didn't read any of my book over the weekend. So I don't need to note that in there. I just knocked my entire thing over because, of course, I did. Oh, another pen that's gone AWOL. Okay, seriously. Right. That's it for today. So let's have a quick review. We've done our movies, media and games. I probably need a tab for that somewhere. I probably need a tab for this. Let's give it a tab because otherwise I'll not be able to find it easily and that will drive me bonkers. Let's grab my tabby things. Here we go. Grab my tabby things. Can go back in there. I don't think I've got any blue tabs. Maddie, stop please. Have I got blue tabs? No, orange and green. I use orange and green more than any other, but I always seem to have orange and green left. It's kind of weird. Oh, here's some blue ones. Here we go. There's a blue one. That'll do. Maddie, hang on, baby. Just give me a sec, yeah? Put that on there. There we go. I've got a tab for my movies and media. Actually, that could do with being a bit bigger. Move it down a little bit. There we go, that's better. Yep, movies and media. List. Things I've lost list. I've got a whole list of things to put on there. Maddie. Stop. Stop! Give me a second. That's it. That's it for today. Don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but I'll think of something. Thanks for joining me. And if you're interested in more journaling and stuff, we're doing lots of journaling discussions and things over on Patreon this month. So written journaling is the Tuesday and Thursday class, which is the pen and paper pen and paper pups, and if you're interested in the Danny Gregory type stuff, we're doing that on Saturdays. That is the mixed media mongrels, and if you want both, then you need to join Maddie's Mutts. Is everything dog? Yes. Why? Be more dog. If you know, you know. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye. And today I'll remember to go to the overlay. I'll remember to go to the dark screen so that I know when to finish the stream. Here we go.